This podcast is not rated. Listener discretion advised.
Mission 250.
Blink, blink. Yep, good.
Yep, good.
Blank, blank, good.
Blank, blank, good. Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast. We are watching a ton of movies. I'm one of your hosts, Stenny, and joining me are...
John?
TC.
TC, what do we do on this podcast?
About 2.5 years ago, we froze the IMDb top 250 lists of all time,
That's accurate.
in which we are watching it from 250 to 1 and complaining about some of them. I don't know. This might be one of them.
This is number 141, so we're 109 movies deep into this little journey of ours. And this week, we are watching The General, which is a 1926 movie directed by Clyde Bruckman and Buster Keaton. The synopsis is, when Union spies steal an engineer's beloved locomotive, he pursues it single-handedly and straight through enemy lines. And this week, it is John's turn, thank God, to go first. What did you think, John?
Hey!
First silent movie of the list.
Right.
There's no talkie.
There's no
Right,
talking.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm, I don't know if you can see my review right now, but I'm pantomiming exactly how I feel.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's put a slide up and see what it says.
Where's the piano?
I agreed with the critics' initial views of this film, not the later ones.
I looked into that too, and I saw that. It's funny.
Because we had extra time with this one, because it was only an
It's
hour
kind of
long.
long. It's not very funny, and there's argue. I imagine that maybe it's one of those. There's a lot of craftsmanship, and it was very influential, and all of that, and that's fine. But as a movie, I thought it was pretty long. I certainly,
And it's only an hour and 10 minutes.
I know.
it felt long. It felt really long.
yeah.
But I
It's so boring
I
without
want to
sound.
see other like Buster Keaton's other stuff because he is amazing. Like his stunts. The way he moves his body is really amazing.
And the stunts in this movie are kind of lame. I looked up other stuff. This is like lame compared to his other
He's done
stuff.
crazier stuff, but even just the way he'd throw his body around was really impressive. Like and there were a number of stunts that were pretty cool, like where he flipped the board while he was on the front.
Oh,
of
and he
the
like
train.
speared it like he was catching a fish or something?
Yeah, he flipped
that
it
was
off.
cool.
That was kind of amazing. But just the way he would throw his body around, it was just like the way he would just sort of exaggerate, like either being thrown forward or falling. And his expression was really cool. I mean, I've seen it before, but when he's sitting on the train and it just starts going and he's depressed and it just goes with him and he just stays completely still.
Lost in thought.
And the I don't know what you call that part of the train, but the big bar that sort of like moves up
The
and
up
down.
and down bar, I think.
Yeah, that thing there. I'm sure it has a technical name. But that was really cool. Yeah, I mean, he's got an interesting life, and I would like to see some of his other stuff. But I really didn't. I can understand there's some spectacle to this that may have been sort of a big deal for its time, like the train wreck and so forth. But yeah, I mean, I didn't care about at first. I thought it was odd that like the story was based on a Union soldier robbing or stealing a train, but he turned it to Confederate because they thought that would be. It's more acceptable to think of the Confederates as the good guys at that period of time, which was
I
a
read
little
that.
strange.
I don't think that's what it was. I think the way the story went out is you wanted the main character to be the guy who won at the end, and you want the good guy to win in movies.
Right. But
So it's not. It has nothing to do with like whether or not it's North or South. It's that this true story, the South won, and with movies, the protagonist has to win. That's what I took out of it. But I read that same thing too.
I wasn't sure. I was confused, and I didn't care. I mean, the movie makes absolutely no statement one way or the other about the Union or the Confederacy.
to the point where it's
none
confusing
whatsoever.
who's who most of the time, right?
Right. And the main character, he doesn't care. He's not. He just was joining the military because his girl wanted him to. Flatly, that was it. I mean, see, it's not like he's there for the cause one way or the other anyway. So that that was a little odd, but not bothersome at all because
That definitely happens, doesn't it?
Sure. Right. Well, yeah. I don't know, not quite that simply, but probably,
With eight words,
Probably.
that simply.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a coward to go join the military for.
I'd rather
for
be a
girl.
virgin than go run around with guns.
I would honestly, yes, I would.
But yeah.
but I didn't find it very entertaining. And I mean, I can appreciate it, I guess, but it is sort of strange how the movie was really not was viewed in a way accurately, I thought, but then it came to be loved. And I don't know, maybe it's because Orson Welles loved it so much. Maybe there were some great figures that pointed it out.
Johnny Knoxville.
Oh yeah, right. Well, you can see why Johnny Knoxville would love Buster Keaton.
Yeah.
And again, Buster himself had a really interesting life. I was just reading up on the Wikipedia page for him that he.
Let's save. I got a bunch on him. Let's save that for later because that's like the most interesting part we can get out of this episode.
Exactly. I agree. So yeah, that's my take. There it is.
TC, it sounds like you're going to go negative
to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was dumb. That's all I got. No, I mean, it's
what do you think
just
about
so
silent
old.
film? Is this like the first
Just
one
so
you've
old.
ever seen?
The sound. Yeah.
Oh, what soundtrack did you have? Because there's a number of soundtracks that can come with it.
I rented it on
depending
Amazon.
how you see
By
it.
halfway through, I had the Deftones going. I was listening to my own headphones. I was like, I don't even have to listen to this. I don't have to listen to anything. They have
Fair
in here.
enough.
It actually made it better. I was like listening to like 90s rock. I was like, hey, this is all right. Now there's people jumping around and it was like going to the beat. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, this one, I was sitting here and it came on and the first slide with dialogue came up and I was like, just angry. I was like, you're fucking kidding me. There's no words. It's not a talkie. We're watching a non-talkie. Oh my God. Who picked these? Fucking IMDb users. I hate them. I hate them all. They suck.
Aw.
That's all I got to say. They're a bunch of bums. This movie's terrible. No, it had a lot of good, like, I think it'd be like a film school or something you could watch this. That's about it. I don't know. I saw a lot of like old timey film, depth of field BS. I don't fucking know. I was sitting here trying to like it at all costs. Just every time the damn slide popped up with the dialogue, I couldn't take it. It was
Like on
just
that like strange wood grain and
and it would
I
just like be
understand.
like really weird. Like you'd be like trying to figure out like, okay, what's going on? And then boom. Oh, 3 words. Okay. So all that talking was 3 words. Okay. Got it. And like, I don't know, man, that's a rough time for film. It really is. I can see why people
It is
didn't
the
like
birth of film. The birth.
it. The birth. It is so you must love it.
You must.
put it on the list of top 250. Yeah, I could have done without this one. I would never tell anybody to watch it. And I'm a piece of shit. What do you want? I got nothing else to say about this one. I'm all set.
I also thought it felt long. I also wouldn't tell anyone else to watch it, but I kind of enjoyed it. I'm not going to like gush about it because that would be impossible, I think. But I thought there was some like pretty nice part. Like there were like parts I was like, oh, that's nice. Or like, oh, isn't that cool? That's kind of a cool stunt, maybe. You know?
I mean, sometimes when they were standing on the train, I guess that looked kind of sketchy, right? Someone could have died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certainly
and
nobody like helping them out if they fall.
They all
Right?
think they were going really slow though, all the trains.
They were, yeah. But you imagine with the filming how they pulled that off. They had to have some car, I guess, riding alongside the train constantly to get all those shots of the train while it's moving to keep it.
And it wasn't that bouncy. It was kind of smooth.
No, that was all kind of. I mean, certainly there was an awful lot going on the train. So yeah,
It was shot better than some of the movies we've watched.
fair enough, I think.
Yeah. There were scenes where like you said, the train going into the water, that was kind of cool. It would have been much cooler. Like we're spoiled with sound. Like it's hard to imagine how cool that was without a giant crashing sound instead of just like a guy punching the bottom end of a piano to add like some emphasis and some crash noise. But it's all just piano music. They don't even add sound effects. Couldn't they have added sound effects?
You gotta wonder. I mean, it
Like
was.
they had microphones that were recording the piano just because they couldn't record the film when the film was going on.
Well, wait. When they play the film, would they have a live accompaniment?
I don't know if they have a
even back
track
then?
available
How would
then.
they play when they actually showed the film to audiences? Did they have live accompaniment, or did they play a soundtrack?
They did eventually, but 1926 was already when the talkies were around. So I don't know. Maybe there were like older theaters where like people that liked the live stuff could go. I honestly don't know. But there were talkies at this time. And that's why like part of that was the reason this movie bombed and the reason Buster Keaton had a bad life after this. But yeah, we can get into that later. But this is going to be a short episode, I think.
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, you can't talk about anything narratively because
No, it's fairly
simple.
simple. Well, I mean, most of it's a train chase. I mean, that's just kind of the bulk of the story.
yeah.
I liked the cannon scene where he was
Yeah,
trying
where it's about
fire
to
out
hit
the cannon.
and it's going to go right at him.
Yeah, it was slowly
Yeah.
like came down, pointing at him. I thought.
I
that
mean, there was
pretty
some slapstick shit there that was okay, but it was pretty dumb.
funny. Yeah.
I mean, the cannonball like pooped right next to him. It didn't like
Yeah.
damage anything.
Well, you didn't put enough gunpowder in it. That's
Well,
all.
I know, Sean, but still, it would have
right.
fucked some shit up. I think those
I'm
things are
trying
heavy.
to help you, Danny. Oh, okay.
I'm saying at least the floor would have been dented. It probably fell
You
like
think
10
so?
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird how light they made murder in this movie. Like people got murdered at the end, and it was part of the slapstick stuff. But they were getting
Yeah,
like
the-
stabbed and
right.
shot.
Right. The soldiers that, in particular, that did seem a little odd. A little.
I think the funniest part for when the guy came out the door with like the rolling pin and just hit him over the head and knocked him out.
Oh, yeah.
I was laughing at that part.
Really?
It was just so like it like cut like door open, thunk, guy down, and then another jump cut. I don't know.
I actually had a thought when that happened. I was like, was this the beginning? I mean, this was right around Bugs Bunny cartoons, right? Like the same, like the earlier ones. Because there had to have been a time in the world history where hitting somebody on the head with something hard didn't automatically make
pretty
you
darn
think that they
funny.
were dead.
Yeah.
You know, because like I bet at some point
Oh, well,
everyone
that's
understood.
No. I mean, we still do that in a lot of movies. Like,
No,
you
I know, but I mean, like there had to have been
yeah.
a point where that started. Because then, like
Oh, right.
when monkeys were around, they
Oh, I
probably
see,
knew
yeah.
that if you hit someone in the head, they would die.
Fair enough.
Even the monkeys.
Even the monkeys knew, man. There's some stuff we can get into too with the true story. Like this movie is strangely kind of true to the story.
Oh yeah, I was looking into the story. It was an interesting one.
Yeah. Like even the order in which he chases the train is how it really happened.
Really?
Like on the
Yeah.
little like up and down little push cart thing, you know, whatever those things are. And then he got like a smaller train and then he eventually got his own train back, which is kind of like, you know, like all the plot points are accurate except for the
Right.
end where they like, they hung all the Union soldiers in the end of the real story because of course
Ah.
they did.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a little. That would have made for a not so funny ending, I think.
Yeah. Did you guys have the Teddy Bear's Picnic in your soundtrack?
I don't.
Do you know
really
that song?
what that
I
is.
don't know. So the soundtrack I had a bunch of like very common classical pieces in it. Like it had Pomp and Circumstance, like which is the graduation theme.
I think I heard that
Um,
one.
Yeah.
It had. So this is maybe we all heard the same one. It had like.
Where'd
so
you guys get
didn't
it
see,
from?
Like, so I did get
Free?
it through Netflix.
Through Netflix?
Yeah, through their DVD email.
Oh, what
Wow.
the fuck? Why couldn't I do that? It doesn't, yeah.
Because
Anyway.
John got the only one again.
Yeah,
There's
but it
only
wasn't
one that
cute.
exists.
It said like,
in
it
the
didn't say
whole
long
state.
wait. It said save, which usually means that it doesn't have it.
There's only
Ah.
one. John's got it.
Maybe.
We're on.
I just looked
maybe
it
we
up.
cracked it. We're in different distribution systems, so we never steal each other's CDs.
Oh, maybe
maybe.
that's true.
See, I just looked up free, and it came right up because it's sold on like some
Yeah.
history website.
That
I'm
was
like,
actually
some-
a problem because the person
Yeah.
who owned the copyrights in the 50s, they didn't rebuy it, so it lapsed, and like all these other people, since it was like free to everybody, recut it. So there's like a shit ton of different versions out there.
Well, too bad they didn't cut it shorter.
Yeah,
That would have been good.
yeah.
Hey guys, it's weird. The one I saw was 25 minutes. It was just a train
I
crashing.
was on 2.5 speed on YouTube though, and it
yeah,
was free.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was done in 15 seconds. It was awesome.
I did kind of like how you didn't need like a lot. They did the talking too, and I expected it to cut to the words on the screen, but they just didn't
Yeah.
need to explain some of it. And I kind of like that. Like
Right.
there was very
They
little
didn't
words
bother.
in the movie.
Yeah.
There could have been more. I don't know. What do you guys? I mean, you guys see The Artist? That movie?
Uh,
The Artist
Yeah,
won Best
yeah.
Picture for some reason.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that one too.
Yeah. But I mean, that's like all the
Uh,
old Hollywood types. Just they want to appreciate themselves with their Best Picture winners and nominations, kind of, right? I don't know.
Sure.
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 I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't
speed this
remember-
one
I'm
up,
trying
Danny.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember that one. And I just remember being.
There's a dog.
What-
There was a cute dog that could stand on its 2 feet, and then there was a love story.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it, I think.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What else you got?
That's it.
Let's do trivia.
we can do trivia.
I mean, there's a lot of info, I guess, on the. I mean, I guess we kind of went through the fun parts already.
I mean, usually the fun parts, there's nothing to
Train
talk
crash, the
about.
fucking
Hey guys,
thing.
remember that part when he hopped on the bike? That was pretty cool, huh? Yep.
Yeah, sure. That was an ugly looking bike too, man.
Did it have like
So-
wooden
It
wheels
was
and
a
everything?
wooden
Oh yeah,
bike.
and that just fell apart immediately.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, and again, just a willingness to be pretty reckless. It seemed like he just like took the real fall.
Yeah.
But apparently, this is what he was good at. Like like he grew up in vaudeville, and part of the act was that his dad would throw him basically. Like they would do physical comedy, and his dad would like throw him in the orchestra pit or what have you.
He was called the boy who can't be damaged.
Yeah, he like had handles sewn into his clothes to make it easier for his dad to chuck him. But I mean, it was.
I would have paid to see that shit, 100%.
He always said he was never hurt. That it was always like very practiced and hardly ever got bruised. Even, but that I mean,
child services would come and talk to him, like independently, and he'd have no bruises, and he'd be totally into it. He's like, "No, it's fine. I'm not hurt."
Yeah. So he, it just was really interesting. I guess his dad ran around with Houdini as part of a show as well. And supposedly, anecdotally, it was Houdini who gave him the name Buster because he fell down the steps and Houdini said, "Wow, what a buster," which is a way of saying that's something that should have hurt you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the kid, and he was like 2 years old when that happened. He went end over end down the stairs and just got up and kept walking, which is bad parenting. The dad's too busy playing the piano and the kid's falling down the stairs. Come on.
But supposedly that's where he developed his sort of blank face stare too, because that seemed to having that expression as a kid being thrown around seemed to elicit the most laughter.
I wonder why.
He found out that if you smiled or laughed along, because he was having such a good time, that the audience didn't enjoy it as much.
Which is really kind of fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, but he learned to. You don't know. It's just the idea that I guess it is a little.
It's kind of like why Drew Carey isn't funny because he just stands up there and just laughs at his own jokes.
That's funny.
But
I find that funny.
You like Drew Carey? Okay.
I find that funny. He's funny. He's laughing. He's
the
supposed to be
best
funny.
goddamn host of The Price
It's
is
like
Right.
a laugh cue. Yeah, it's like cue the laugh. And I'm like, it's funny. They're laughing. It's funny.
You think? Really? Okay.
No, I don't know. I don't know. You're laughing. It's making me laugh. So maybe so.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe I'm just in a Buster Keaton fucking movie right now and I'm jumping around. You don't know it. It's silent. No one can hear it.
Maybe anything's funny after watching this movie to you.
That's right. That's also true.
Yeah. What else? What else, John? Keep going. History lesson.
Those are the most hits I know. I mean, I know that he, this film did not do well. Was a big budget and had a big budget, was a flop.
Not a bomb though. It was $750,000 budget, which was very big for the time, and it made $1 million, which apparently you needed to make more than double. Like now you need to make double to be profitable.
Right.
I assume it's probably double back then too.
Not a bomb, but a dud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Enough to the point where he lost no studio would give him creative control on any of his projects because he was a writer, director, actor. So he pretty much took control of everything. The producer of this movie had trouble with him because he was doing things like building bridges to set him on fire. He's built that entire town, which was like a third of the budget. That water rising scene, he actually built dams to control water levels to do that
So
shit.
they were higher. Yeah, I read that.
And he was doing all this like without written, because he had freedom. So like he didn't have to have consent, but then the producers would come onto he wouldn't be done shooting yet. And he's just like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, I'm building a dam. And you're like, we're shooting a movie.
What do you mean?
You idiot.
I got full construction going on here. We've got so much shit going on. You can't stop it now.
Here, we got the bridge over there, and there's the dam.
Yeah. They're like, what are you talking about? He's like, what are you talking about?
I'm building a town. Come on.
Yeah, I'm building a town. It's going to be great. And no one's going to hear it. No one's going to hear it. It's going to be fantastic.
Wouldn't you think
God, I needed sound.
They would want to record the train falling and maybe just put that part in? And that could have been really like shocking or something if it was just the one sound of the actual train crashing or just to have it in the bag.
Did they have a way to put it on was there like a film like sound? I don't think there was, right? However they shot it. How did they didn't have it mixed when they sent?
Yeah,
just
but I mean, just
reel,
like to
right?
have
There's
just record it completely separately, just to have it, and then like, I don't know how they put like the talkie, but like, maybe at the newer theaters.
Yeah, but I think the film usually like when they had sound go on. So whatever film you use doesn't have sound like a strip that carries the sound. So
right,
no
you
way
have to
put
record it separately, like a.
So they would have had to always have it separate, and how would you sell that and set and show it?
Could you merge them later? I don't know.
I guess maybe I don't know. Yeah, but you'd have to like start it at the same time. I don't know. It'd be tough.
Yeah, but I mean, even if it was off a little bit in the sound, no one would care because it was like, yay, sound.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you could just set it up for right that moment, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything to give us sound.
Please
Jesus
give
Christ.
me some fucking sound.
Sound, yeah.
I love sound. And there's
I do too. Yeah.
I would say that sound is the best part of movies. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Duh.
The best part of movies?
Best part of movies.
Hello? Definitely emphasizes the spots you're supposed to emphasize.
Yes, I mean, I don't know. It's the combo of everything that's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's always true.
if there was no, I don't know. I'm sure this has been done. I bet there's a movie called Blind or whatever. Where
You're just making this up.
it's just dark.
It's only sound.
It's to give you the experience of the blind. I mean,
It's just the guy mumbling. Where am I? Shit. Where am I? Oh,
still dark. So that
still
wouldn't
can't
be
see
too
anything.
entertaining after about an hour either, I'd imagine. But
I don't know. I feel like the music parts of movies. And
if that hasn't been done, I bet you could get some good critic reviews.
there's one called Buried. Have you guys heard of that? It's kind of close, maybe.
Oh, where you're buried alive, and
Yeah,
it's just,
you're buried with
sitting
Ryan
there.
Reynolds in a coffin underground the entire movie.
No
Oh my
thanks.
God.
Don't want to watch that. Hate that idea.
was
Scared
pretty
shitless
good.
of that idea.
Oh yeah, it was a pretty terrifying movie.
Yeah, I don't want that. I always be buried alive. It's a fear.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but it is. Like it
Because
shouldn't be.
might
Like
as well
when
be afraid of
am I going to
everything.
come across the point where I'm going to be buried alive? I have no idea, but definitely
Is
a
he
fear.
like cracking jokes the whole time, or what's
no,
he doing?
it's a
I don't
serious
know.
turn for the guy.
No, he's
Oh.
stuck.
He does a good. He's not cracking jokes. He's stuck, John.
He's stuck,
He's
John.
stuck in
He's
the
underground.
ground.
He's buried
He's stuck.
alive. What
And
the
the worst
fuck's
part
the matter with you?
Is he can't even like bend over to touch his toes. There's not enough space.
He's got an itch. What's he going to do?
Yeah,
He's stuck.
he's kicking the
Something he can
box.
Can't do it. Kicking the box.
He's kicking the box. He's got an itchy
Kicking the
toe. He's kicking the
box.
box. It's a good movie
Yep.
though. It's Halloween time, even though this is going to be after Halloween. But
That doesn't sound like a good Halloween movie. That
Yeah, I
sounds-
don't want to watch anything where you're stuck.
why not? Horror
Yeah.
movie. It scares you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but not in that Halloween sort of way. Halloween's like, demons, ghosts, whatever. That's more Halloween type, not like buried.
Yeah, fuck buried.
Yeah. What is that? More of a Christmas thing?
Yeah, that's buried in debt. Yeah,
Well,
it's
it
just
depends-
it's
depends
just a
on what
credit
you-
card bill over and over again. That's
some
the,
wild holidays
Yeah.
at the Kennedy household.
yeah, that's just Christmas.
Yeah. What else do we got? Not much, guys.
much. I
Not
know.
much.
This one's a stretch. I knew this was going to be difficult.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm just going to read through my notes real quick because I don't think I really want to even talk about any of this stuff.
All right, sounds good to me.
I mean, none of
Wrap
the
this one
trivia
up.
is very engaging. Like there's stuff like they almost got to use the real general, which was the real train that actually was the thing that was in the real chase. But as soon as the
Right.
people who own it figured out it was a comedy, they said no.
Yeah, I said no thanks.
Good trivia,
I
huh?
thought they scrapped it for parts during the war. or
Oh no!
something.
So the train they crashed, like the whatever, it wasn't the general, but it was like the train they were using that fell through the bridge. They didn't clean that up, which is kind of funny. They're just like, "All right, town, good luck with this
They just
pile
left
of
it there,
giant
right?
trash."
Yeah.
Yeah, they left it there, and it was there as like a minor tourist attraction until World War II when they needed metal for other stuff. That's an asshole thing to do. Just like
It's a
leave
dick move.
trash.
Yeah.
You can't get away with that these days, I would assume, right? You can't just build a set and just abandon it.
No,
Hey,
fuck
I
no.
gotta run and do something for the kid here.
Okay,
ahead.
no rush, John.
Yeah, with all the permits, no way. You just leave shit. You'd be
Yeah.
in so much trouble.
Who are the two kids following? Who want to play the question game here, TC? In the
We
beginning,
got the question game and
who
the
were the two
answers.
kids that were following him when he was walking around?
Some weird kids.
Oh, okay. There was some. Oh, I actually meant to look this up. The ticket guy looked like the guy who played the old Phantom of the Opera in the silent movies. Let me see if I'm right on
Probably
that.
was. He's a big silent movie guy.
Yeah. And how many silent movie actors were back then? It's not like it was a very glamorous profession, right? It was kind of
Well,
a
I don't
smaller
know.
thing.
I mean, anybody that showed up, you don't have to speak. It's pretty easy. You don't have to remember a line. Just mumble a little bit. No, you're fine. We're gonna put a slide up. Yeah, point over there. Point over there. Slide.
Hop on the train, look in the camera.
Yeah, look in the camera. And the slide says hello, and that's all it is. It's That's a fucking waste of my time.
Lon Chaney. Am I right? Come on, give this to me.
Ooh.
Give this to me.
Lon Chaney.
No, it wasn't him. Damn it. I thought I was right, but I was wrong. What else do we got?
Did you notice when they fell asleep in the woods that they woke up in the same position?
Like Forrest Gump and
holding
Bubba.
each other. It looked really uncomfortable. Like no way would you.
Oh yeah,
last all night.
I actually had a note where it was like, it's like after a long and restful sleep. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Fucking
They're
kidding
sitting
me? They look
outside.
so-
they're
yeah,
wet
and
and they're sitting up.
And they're sitting upright. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
But again, I
was
didn't
so
want to. It's like,
confused.
who cares though? It's like, yeah, this movie isn't realistic. It can't be. Like, it can't be realistic. It's a silent movie.
True. A non-talking.
Can you imagine like showing somebody back who was like a huge fan of these movies, maybe a few years before, even before talkies happened, and like show them like the Avengers or like Star Wars or some shit like that? Their mind would be blown.
Yeah. And they'd be wearing like 8,000 layers of clothing. It's fucking 90 degrees out. Be like, what are you doing? They're like, well, I got to put on the first layer, and then I got to put on the second layer.
And this
We
is
don't
bathtub
wash.
week. Bathtub week is a good week.
It's a good week. I got to take off all the layers.
You have to
hold
recycle
your
the water
nose.
though.
Hold your nose.
Skincare day after bathtub week is great. Stomach after bathtub day is bad. 'Cause
Not so much.
You got to drink that bathtub water because times are tough back in the day.
Blech.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like, did people just smell all the time back then with their
Oh, yeah.
clothes they can't
Just
wash?
reeked. And nobody know. You're like, your nose just got used to people reeking.
Would they ever get used to it?
I think so. You know, you get nose blind after a while of just people's BO.
And everyone wears so much clothes,
'Cause
probably
everyone
to contain
stinks.
the BO, right?
Little bit, but it still stink. You get a whiff.
But then
of
when you
some
want to
guy.
like, you want to like fuck somebody and you take all their clothes off, like every piece, you're just like, brr, brr. Like,
Oh,
no.
it's like, oh. Well, yeah, see, that's when true love really was there because you'd be taking off her clothing or vice versa, and you'd be like, oh boy, does that stink. Oh, you still like you. And then you get down to like the fifth layer, you're like, I'm kind of changing my mind here. Not so sure about this. If this is
But God
gonna
is
work.
watching. I have to continue with my
And then you
wife
get all the
because
way
God is
off,
watching.
and you're like, okay, I suppose I'm going for it. Fuck it, I'm going for it. All right, it's over. Put
all
the
right,
clothes
I'm
on.
just going to go stick my head out the window for like 10 seconds. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, if you could get something strong to drink, that'd be good. That's why they all drank so much, because the more you drank, the less you smelled.
And maybe they had like incense and candles and like body rubs.
Yeah, I mean
and-
their whole house was lit with candles.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe they were scented. Probably not.
if I don't wear deodorant, like if I forget to put deodorant on, 3 hours into the day, I can notice that I'm not
Dude,
wearing deodorant.
you're out here with the hippy dippy people, man. I'd be on job sites with people that don't, wear organic deodorant. They're
Ugh.
fucking nasty by the end of the day. Can you imagine what it was like with no deodorant back then? Oh, baby.
I mean, you kind of get a sense of it with some of the people like in cities and stuff that don't like are unfortunate enough not to shower, and they fucking stink.
Stink. Yeah. You
And
ever
like
go by a
everybody's
homeless
like
guy?
that these days, and you're all like combing your hair, and you're looking at your posture is great, and you smell like an armpit.
Awful.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Seems no good to me.
That's what we decided to talk about, John. Is just how
All right.
stinky all these people
it's
are.
just
Yeah.
like how nasty and gross these people are. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. That's a plus. We're not that stinky anymore, and this movie kind of reminds you of that.
All right.
Yeah, lets you appreciate the current times.
ooh.
Glad I came back for that summation. Thank
We
you.
Yes,
we
you're
have
welcome.
sound, we have color, and we don't smell like feet.
This whole project is resulting of sound. We're fucked without
That's true.
sound.
Yeah,
know?
a visual podcast isn't a thing. I don't know what that would be.
TV show.
With subtitles? Without sound?
Imagine? Oh, that would be awful.
Would it?
That'd be so
fine.
bad.
Would you rather watch a
Just be
TV show with
reading?
no sound and subtitles or listen to a TV show? I think I'd go visualize with the subtitles.
Yeah, I would go that. I'd have a better idea.
You're
what's
one of
going
the few.
I don't know.
One of
Yeah,
the
you'd be
few.
able to follow it better.
There's just a lot of people that hate to read subtitles, but I guess it's because we're used to listening.
Yeah.
So since we cut the sound, then we hate the subtitles. So I guess if you didn't have the sound and all you had was subtitles, that checks out. That checks out.
You're listening to it like, where are they right now? I wonder what they look like.
I don't know. We need a subtitle. We need
Yeah.
a subtitle to show us.
Do you think that bear was on set with those guys during that part?
I was curious. How'd they get the bear there?
I don't know. It's just funny. It's like, and bear. It's like,
Yeah, I was like, whoa, and don't look at it, Buster. Yeah, just turn your back to the bear.
It's
That makes
only there
sense.
when the lightning's flashing, so don't worry when it's dark.
Oh, that the lightning bolt was so cheesy, but I don't, they pulled it off, I guess.
It kind of
Good time.
reminded me of like, what was that Wes Anderson movie that also had like a stop motion animated lightning bolt
Oh, I don't
in
remember.
it? It was the one with like the kids. It was the camping one.
Kids? Moonlight Rising?
Moonlight Kingdom.
Moonlight
Moonlight
Kingdom?
Kingdom.
Yeah, when they're like up on the bell
Moonrise
tower,
Kingdom.
there's like a
Moonrise Kingdom. There it
Moonrise
is.
Kingdom. There you go.
There you go. They had it close, and they had it close
Yeah,
again.
close
and then
enough
further,
where it like
further
got
off.
the train running in the head, you know?
I got 3 out of the fucking whatever words.
Yeah. That's
About it.
All
Wrap
right.
it up, folks. Would you put this in the top 250? Go.
no.
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 No. Would you recommend it? No. Should you listen to
No.
it, viewers?
Probably
Listeners,
not.
no.
IMDb, what's wrong with you? Go.
They want to
Tell
be
us.
respectable movie watchers. If I ever ran into
Boy.
somebody that started talking about how much I like this movie, I think I would just turn and walk away.
Oh
Rudely,
yeah, I'd be like, hey, so no, can't
Yeah.
talk to you.
It was fine.
Sorry.
Yeah. I kind of
Al.
wish I could love it or hate it more than I did, but I'm kind of positively in the middle. You
Just indifferent and don't care.
My expectations were low. So,
And they went lower.
yep. And we got next week. It's kind of an old. It's not as old.
Oh, God.
It is 30 years later, but it is Ingmar Bergman,
Yeah.
Oh God, big dick guy.
Big Dick, Persona. This movie is hopefully before his I Am a Genius pretentious stage, because it's one of his earlier ones. It's like, I think it's one of the ones that kind of vaulted him into that position. It's called Wild Strawberries.
Wild Strawberries. Looking it up now to see how much rage I'm gonna have in the next
Yeah.
fucking week.
Yeah. After living a
Crotchety
life,
retired doctor Isaac Borg. Jesus Christ. This is
Isaac
bad.
Borg, Ingmar Borgman.
It's kind of close there.
Yeah, it's close enough.
All right, read the synopsis. Go for it.
Yep.
After living a life marked by coldness, an aging professor is forced to confront the emptiness of existence. Uh-oh.
God.
Oh.
That was great, Denny. Like you read it and then you internalize it and you're like, this is not going to be good.
This is gonna be another
This
short
is
one.
Just not going to be good. Oh, fuck.
I can't wait. Well, just on the horizon, just to give you a little bit of a carrot at the end of the stick, we're doing Casino the week after, so we gotta look
Yeah.
forward to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A reprieve.
It's not.
from
We're not
this
going on that
garbage.
long of a stint back in the past.
The whole fucking project's been a stint. These goddamn users. I'm going to tell you my disdain over and over for the list.
Yes, as you should.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is a short one, not the shortest one. I doubt we're ever going to get the shortest one again. But thanks
Yeah,
for
but-
listening.
We're close enough. And
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
fucking close.
Mission 250 Filmcast. Thanks for listening to this one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's Timmy. He probably didn't run.
Oh, you just woke up.
Yeah, give us a 5-star on your favorite podcast app if you would, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's it.
All right.
All right, guys. See you
Yay!
next week.
See you next week, guys.
See ya.